Hi guys,
Hello.
welcome back to our channel. So today we'll be talking about a very important aspect of relationship that we need to talk about, and that is keeping secrets in relationship. When it comes to things like this, we want to just define it from the beginning so that everybody knows where we are at. So a secret is a piece of information that is meant to be kept to yourself, or a piece of information shared between two people or a group of people that is supposed to be shared only within that group. So in this video, we're going to talk about a couple of things that shouldn't be kept as a secret when you're dating. So honey, what's one thing that shouldn't be kept as a secret when you're dating somebody?
Thank you. So for you, for example, if I'm dating someone, when I meet you as a person, I'm putting myself in the shoe of anyone, for example, but I'm married. This is my beautiful queen. So the thing is, you have to know the name of the person. The person shouldn't give you a different name other than the name that he actually is. The address, where he lives, where he comes from, what he does for a living, probably parents, who's your daddy is, who's your mommy is, are you a Christian or you're not a Christian? Be honest. So you can't lie over. Let's say, for example, in America, this is common. Some people come from the northern part of Africa. When they enter America, because it's a Christian country, they say they are Christian. I have people like that around me. Do you understand? But they ain't Christian. They ain't. You see them, okay, they take every minute break to go and pray like a, you know what I'm saying, like a Muslim that they are or whatever. But why didn't you just be honest? And say, so you don't keep your faith as a secret. Be honest. Tell them you're Muslim. If you're a Christian, you're a Christian. That's it.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing. Honestly, thank you. Just to draw from what he said, I feel the dating stage is a stage where you should be able to talk about anything, everything. When you're dating somebody, obviously you're in the period where you're trying to know the person, trying to understand compatibility and how good you guys are for each other. So talking is so important. Be honest, be transparent. We have a lot of times where even when it comes to it, you've had several, he has touched about, knowing, being honest about where you come from, how many siblings you have, your father's side. You don't hide those things. If you really care about a person and you see yourself spending the rest of your life with that person, why fake it? We have this opinion where, a lot of people just feel like, I don't want him to know everything about me. Let's keep certain things till we get married. No, that is wrong. Every transparency during dating is the phase to know everything. Talk about everything. How many kids you want to have. Any past experiences. One thing that is very common, a lot of people like me have been in a relationship where they were hurt, where they had a terrible experience. They must have had some childhood trauma that kind of affects how they see certain things. Having children, or different aspects of their life, and then they don't discuss it, and then when they get into marriage, it becomes such a big deal where certain things start coming up and the person's like, I didn't know that about you. So it's important that your courtship phase, talk about everything. If you have any concerns, any fears, any strong opinion and mindset, anything you believe in and don't believe in, talk about it. Let that person know. So that person has the right to say, okay, this is what I want to proceed with, and this is not what I want to proceed with. If you have anything that may be a deal breaker, let the person know. Your pet peeves, let the person know. Obviously, it is better for the person to know and now start working on the other person, start working on it so that you guys can work, than that person not to know and then what you just assume that they should know. It's very important that during the courtship phase, there's no assumption.
That thing is, for example, you're dating, you're courting, right? Somebody asks you, what's your blood type? You lie about that. What's your genotype?
Oh Lord, don't
you
do
lie
that.
about that. So at the end of the day, let's say you end up marrying, you're having problem. Those things can affect you in a long way. So be honest.
Yeah.
If it's gonna work, it's gonna work. If it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work. So secrets should not be something, oh, let me hide it. When she has fallen in love with me before, now let her know.
Oh no.
Oh, you might regret that.
Don't do that. Another thing that I know, like a lot of people do too, they have past relationships. So you dated one person, you dated two people, you had a very traumatic relationship in the past, and you hate certain things. Let's say because of what that person did, you hate, like you have trust issues or you're traumatized or certain things, just you get agitated or anxious about certain things. let that person know. Let that person know while you guys are dating and courting, so the person has an idea of what they're going to be dealing with when they get married. You know, don't hide it. Don't hide it. Like, we have situations where people don't want to talk about their past relationship, where they're dating somebody and they just feel like that person has to understand. Maybe in the first few weeks, maybe months, that person may understand. But before you get married,
please
talk about it. Be
about
transparent. Courtship is a time to just be very, very, very open. Obviously, there are certain things that you may not 100% want to share, but when it comes to the vital part of your life, please be open about it during courtship.
You know, the reason why I have to say this anyways. So I know some of you have a genuine reason why you don't want to share everything, because some people, they are judgmental. They could just see you from a different perspective that you never believe. Instead of accepting you for who you are, what you've been through, that you've been a changed person, but you have to use wisdom. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you should hide things, but if you know the kind of person, if the person already you think this person is very accommodating, he will trust you, or he cares about you and all that, let him know. If you have dated like 2 persons before now, but if you've dated so many people, I don't think it's necessary. You have to let him know you've dated so many people. I'm telling you, but at least some few people. Don't say no. Too many people, it can be a problem. I'm only saying this now for a reason, because number one, men think differently. Do you understand? Men do not think. If you say you dated over 20 people, the man will classify you something else. Do you understand? So I'm saying this is wisdom. So the most recent people in your life should be you should be the people. I'm just saying, it's a discretional thing. Let him know something. Maybe people you dated like for 2 years before is better. Not for since we started dating people. Don't do that.
I know. Honestly, to draw from that, to be very honest, like, I've watched so many movies. Maybe it just happened in the movies, and I've had so many experience. You have to understand what your partner wants when you're dating somebody. If they are somebody that obviously you feel, if you're dating somebody that you feel like you have to hide certain part of your life from them, that's a red flag. That's a problem. You shouldn't be in a relationship where you have to hide certain things from your life. For example, we had people that had all sorts of like dangerous past. Maybe they were whatever, in a gang, in a cult. They were on the ladies' side. They were probably like, I don't know, whatever. What do they call it? What is? I don't use word street power. Hookups, whatever. You had like a very terrible past that you're not proud of. Let that person know. It makes no sense to say you want to hide certain parts of your life, and then when you in the marriage, somebody that knew you from your past comes and now reveals things like that. So if you want, the quickest way to build trust in a relationship is honesty, transparency. And I feel like if you're not ready to have the deep, hard conversations with somebody, you shouldn't be thinking of the future with that person.
And you know, some people have medical issues too.
Oh wow.
So medical issues, for example, let's say you had
you're asthmatic.
Oh, don't hide such a thing. You can't hide it, because in the future the person will know. Or let's say you have an epilepsy. You know, we know these are like syndrome here and there. Let the person know. Who will love you will love you. But you know, just let the person know. Some people really do appreciate the fact that you're an open book. He gets to know you for who you truly are. And that alone shows that the person is ready to trust you and to fly with you if he really wishes to fly with you.
Yeah. Honestly, I think vulnerability and honesty is a big bedrock in relationship when you're dating somebody. The ability to be vulnerable and to be honest with that person shows how much you trust that person, shows how much you feel secure with that person. And I think those are very essential things that are needed when you're dating somebody. Transparency. Yes. So that is when you're dating somebody. And then when you're now married, there are many things we've seen and we've heard of, and we're just going to be addressing some of all these things. Number one, hiding your password from your spouse. Honey, is that a thing? Should that be a thing? Is there any logical reason for someone to hide their password from their partner and their spouse?
You know, there was a day I saw a video where a man went to the shower, but before he got back from the shower, for one or two reasons, the phone was unlocked. The girl took the phone. The guy came out from the shower with soap and everything on his body. And ran out after his girlfriend that took his phone. See, if you're, since that's a girlfriend, but in marriage, it's in marriage, my brothers, my sister, friends and well wishers, listen, you gotta be transparent. Everything is open book. Hold my phone, stay with my phone for 1 week, open book. Marriage is tough. I tell you why that is tough. Tough and sweet. You must, number one, you know, when you start hiding things, you're not comfortable. You know, you want to use the bathroom, you want to carry your phone. But for me, for us as a couple, we don't have we have password, but we own the whole we share the same password. I enter an email anytime. If he enters my image, even she send things on my behalf if I ask her to do something. You know what I'm saying? So the bottom line is, learn how to trust. It takes time to build. It's not easy though.
Yeah.
You know, some people, they use whatever they know about you or whatever they start using against you. But
I think some people have also had bad experiences in the past.
Yeah.
Like they've had someone that they had trusted, bared all their burdens to, and that person has hurt them.
Yes.
And so they carry that trauma. That's what I'm saying. That's why when you're cutting somebody, you be transparent about these things, about your insecurities, about your fears. You have to let the other person know. So when they notice certain behaviors and certain characters, it's not so strange. They know how likely to help you if they need to help you break out from that trauma. They know the areas where you're sensitive and where they can accommodate you more and be more accommodating. Do you get? So, but if you don't talk about these things and then in marriage, you are all of a sudden you don't trust somebody around your phone. It just screams red flag.
It's
a no for marriage.
I've
seen a few things, and this is not just Nollywood. This is real life experience where people don't know their husband's password, or where people cannot just collect their husband's phone comfortably and use it.
My wife can go out my phone.
And I'm just like,
I can hold her phone all day. Laptop, anything. That's how it's supposed to be.
As it should be.
You know, look at, not only that now, there are some men, their finances, they keep hiding it.
That's the next point, finances. We addressed it in one of our other videos where we addressed certain issues in marriage, but secrecy when it comes to finances is such a big deal.
Yes, it
is. Some people are not still comfortable to completely tell their spouse how much they make at work. Do you get? They don't want to tell their spouse when they get a new contract, when there's a promotion. Why?
Do you know what? Not only that, some of them, you see, I've heard of, there used to be my father friend, I won't call his name, he's late now, my dad's late too, but I learned his wife was abroad with this man at that time, long time ago in America. This woman brought all her siblings to America. He never told this man. And, you know, there are people like that too. They will be building houses. They are under their husband's roof in abroad. They are building houses. The husband will not know. The husband will not hear later that the wife has 2 houses.
In Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
Yeah, another country. That's horrible.
Oh my God. It's not good. It's not good. There is nothing, like I keep saying, there is nothing that I own or that we own that my wife is not aware of.
Yeah.
Everything has to be transparent. Yeah. It's one life.
Yeah. And that's why the Bible says, and a man shall leave his father and his mother and
become one.
To his wife. They become one. You become, even when, if you remember in Genesis, when Eve was made, you know, Adam said, this is the bone of my bone and this is the flesh of my flesh, meaning that we are one. There is nothing that is about this person that is not gotten from me. That's how marriage should be. Marriage is the two becoming one, of course, with God being the center. So at the end of the day, when you do something like that, you hide a secret from your spouse. You are hiding the secret from yourself. It's like you're hurting yourself. Like, what? Why would you? Don't do that. Don't do that. Honestly, like, that's a no-no. Finances.
It's not gonna take you anywhere.
Be transparent. Be transparent. Yeah. Another thing, obviously, talking about the hidden password, is just some men and some women. Let me not just come for men. They don't feel comfortable sometimes having certain conversations in front of their spouse.
Okay.
Or they stand up when they get certain calls.
When they get calls,
they get up and go to another room to answer.
Yeah. If it's an official call, for example, and there are noises where you are, your kids, your wife. But if it's an official call, at least the beginning of the call, your wife should be aware that this is an office call.
Exactly.
Do you understand? And if you want to take permission, please excuse me. You just go to another room and pick. It's okay. I'm not talking about she does not know who is calling. Anytime you see that call, you just walk away. Honey, I want to go and buy something. Then you want to go and buy something and you're calling the person outside and talking to the person. Or what good is that going to do for you? You're trying to destroy your marriage.
Yeah.
Or even your relationship when you start doing that.
Yeah. It just causes some certain, and that's why you see a lot of women or men will go to certain lengths to investigate, or they start getting sneaky. Because once you guys start getting sneaky, you every time you get certain calls, you get up and go to another room to answer the call, and then obviously when you come back, that person, once there are lies in relationship, it becomes very questionable. Honestly, be transparent. Transparent.
That's not the only thing. Some men, they usually change the name of the person, probably to somebody that they know that you are aware of, but that's not the person they're talking with. So you don't need to do that. It's not healthy for you to be in a relationship
once you start
where a man cannot pick calls, cannot talk in the front of his wife. He's in the car. He's saying, "Oh, let me call you back. Let me call you back. Let me call you back." You always say, "Let me call you back," and every time you let me call you back. Oh, sorry, this is not the best time. I'll call you back. Why are you doing all that? Or what good is going to do for you? When you do that, the woman will go home. Women are sharp.
Yeah.
She will start thinking, okay, why can't you just answer the call in my presence and talk? Sure. Or put on a speaker and say, okay, so person, please, I will call you back. My wife is here, we're discussing something. Or if it's only okay, you say, honey, can I pick this call? If you feel maybe you were having a conversation with your wife, then you continue talking with the person on the phone where your wife is. Women feel very comfortable when you do things in their presence, because they know there's no cockroach, you're not hiding something from them.
True. Honestly, these are serious matters.
But there's one thing I don't like. I'll tell you this. Let's say, for example, a male came to the house. The fact we are married, my wife does not have a right to open my mail. Do you understand? Except I authorize her. You know why I said that? It's not because she cannot. It's an act of respect. You know what I'm saying? If my wife is okay, so letter came from so person, I've never even given her the permission, and she just go ahead and be opening. That's disrespectful.
Yeah. Do
you understand? So what I'm trying to say is, she can't do that. If I got a 2 letter or 3 letters, and I say, honey, please go ahead, just open it, read it, and send me a copy. Good. My consent, there's still respect. It does not mean because you cannot, don't keep anything, there's no limits, we'll just be behaving anyhow. No. No, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I get it.
So you have to be respectful.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, even when you want to pick that official call, whatever it is in the car, please, wifey, can I pick this call? Yeah, you tell her, then pick it in the car. Don't say, okay, every time, let me call you back. So everything is just
transparency. I think that's an important point, just knowing the boundaries and knowing that even in a relationship, even while you're being transparent and all, there's also respect and regard. Like, you have to understand that, you're in a relationship, what you don't want someone to do to you or do like to you, don't do that to your spouse. Honestly. Which brings us obviously to looking at it on the flip side, looking at it from another angle, on the good side of relationship. As couples, we definitely have secrets and things that we share within us. You might be working on a project that, of course, is just between you and your spouse, or right now you don't. For example, there's also the part where, that's very common. So that's from a male perspective. So your husband is trying to work on a project and it's like, honey, this project, let's just keep it between ourselves and see how things go, like while it's still at the early phase. I know for women, it's not always easy, but try your best. If the husband comes down to it saying that, let's keep it within ourselves. Sometimes, I know it's not easy. Sometimes we just want to talk about things and all. I mean, sometimes we do having the loyal best friend and the loyal girlfriend and the loyal whatever, family members and things like that. But it's important to, respect your husband's choice. It will be one of the saddest things for your husband to share something between you,
and then
he hears it from somebody else. Don't do that. Honestly, don't do that. Don't be somebody.
Don't go there.
Don't that would be like a big issue to cause, like, to just break the trust in the relationship. Another thing that obviously is common is like, okay, the woman is probably expecting, and the man is like, let's just keep it within ourselves and all. Even if you have to tell somebody, even if you want to tell somebody you're itching so bad, your mom, your dad, your best friend, your sister, let the person know. Let the person know. And
Absolutely.
of course, and let you guys be on the same page to share that information.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, trust is so important in relationship. Trust is so important. While of course loving somebody is so important, if you cannot trust the person you love, the foundation is already shaky. So building that trust, and while trust is very easy, it may be very easy, like it takes a lot to build, not easy. So trust takes a lot to build, a lot of work to win someone's trust, but it can break in 1 second, and that'll be the end of it. So on the flip side, between couples too, when it comes to sharing secrets between couples, learn to, honor certain secrets between yourselves. Don't be somebody that you guys share something and he goes and hear it outside. Definitely no, for sure. So when it comes to couple sharing secrets, is there any other thing that comes to mind?
Yeah, the only thing I would say is when a couple shares a secret between themselves, it's a good secret. Let's put a good secret and bad secrets. When I say bad, there are certain things that happen, maybe something happened, and you just want to keep it within yourself and your wife because you want your wife to know. The one advice I will like to advise everyone watching us at this moment, please, when you have misunderstanding with that same wife, don't blow it out and say, look at you, is it not you that told me all these things? I'm going to use it against you. I'm going to do this to you. Now, trust me, when you do that, you've already failed. You that is saying you want to use it, you already failed. Because in the first place, he didn't tell you to use it against him. Even if you're not happy with him at that moment. But so the thing is, when there's misunderstanding, there's also re-understanding. Like, get yourself to you just walk over things and get yourself to move ahead. Do you understand? Without any bad blood or anything.
People just fight death in marriage. I've seen so many things where people fight death in marriage. That's why having a relationship with God and understanding the importance of God being the center of your relationship is so important. Because when the two becomes one, my understanding of the two becomes one is that whatever I do, my husband says something that I think it's very, very important. He says, if we have a misunderstanding, or you do something I don't like, and I go out to my brother or my sister or my cousin or my nephew or my best or whatever, and I talk about it and I like talk down on you, I have talked down on myself, because at the end of the day, we are one. Your husband is your crown, he's your head, he's the head. And as a wife, is it the neck or the body? So you guys are joined together. You cannot say as a human being now, I don't need my head. My head is very important. When I'm angry with my head, I'll just slap my head out. My dear, you need that head. No matter how much your head, instead of taking your head out of your body, you find a way to solve whatever solution. If you're feeling a headache or you have a migraine, you want to cure that issue and not take away the head. So the same thing in marriage, you get fighting dirty. Like, always think we're a team. If I do something, we're a team. If I hurt that person, or I am intentionally trying to hurt that person, I'm intentionally hurting myself. If you have that mindset, you will learn to, know your limits and know your boundaries. Self-control. We talked about this. Self-control is so important. Knowing how to just, hold yourself back even when you want to, just you're angry and you want to unleash. That's a very important point.
You see that point she said, if I talk down my wife before anybody, she's down. And if I respect her and raise her up, she's going to be up there. Nobody can bring her down. So it's only you that is watching us now that can bring down your spouse.
Yes.
Even your girlfriend or those who are your fiancé.
Yeah.
Please don't talk down your partner before anybody. It's a secret I've learned. You say, okay, a problem that is not shared, how can it be solved? It will be solved. There are better ways to approach things.
Definitely.
But don't talk anybody down.
Yeah, especially things that are shared between both of you in confidence.
Don't.
Very important.
I know sometimes people have misunderstanding. You know, so I'm just gonna talk everything that she's been doing, or that say to somebody else. Don't do that. You're wasting your time. You're gonna just be. It's like you bring it down yourself.
True.
Because you're one, like you said, one. Thank you so much.
I hope this helped somebody, and I hope you were able to get some clarity. I'll let you hear your thoughts on what you think, like with keeping secrets, any example, anything you've noticed or you've observed that you want to definitely talk about. Feel free to share in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and definitely watch out for the next video. Thank you for hanging with us. Bye guys.
Have a nice day.